thanks for the introduction. I'm going to talk about a project where we have proved that data can help us manage the mobility of the future. My name is Stefan Costeur, and I am responsible for the digital team at SNCB. And I would say that I am also the co-founder, the proud co-founder of the SNCB Innovation Lab. I think that our company does not need a lot of introduction, as I might think that many of you are a customer of our company and have used one of our services. Maybe you are one of the almost 1 million people, and pre-COVID times, of course, we are transporting on a daily, weekly basis, on a daily basis in the week. Maybe you are using one of our more than 3,000 trains a day, or maybe in the last few weeks, you have parked your bike in one of the more than 100,000 bike parking spots at SNCB. And the bike is a good example of the changing environment of mobility today. And that's maybe also one of the main reasons why we have created the SNCB Innovation Lab, the SNCB Innovation Program even. What are the 3 missions of our program? And you can see it here on the slide. First of all, we want to have one innovation language. We want to discuss with our employees how we manage an innovation program and an innovation project like the one I'm going to talk about today. Secondly, we do not want to be the one and only shiny innovation team. We want to do it together with the many colleagues. We're more than 17,000 people in the company. So we want to spread the culture of innovation. And I would say in terms of this, it's maybe difficult to use the word, but spread it like a positive virus throughout the company. And last, and certainly not least, the most important mission is that we want to solve customer needs. And the project today is a good example of a transversal project we have led within the innovation team, which has helped us gain insights on different data models and help us build the mobility of the future. There's 4 main achievements or 4 main initiatives we have taken to achieve these big goals of the Innovation Lab. First of all, there's the lab. It's a small, dedicated, highly skilled team of project managers being able to manage a product like the one we're going to talk about today. As I said before, we do not want to do it alone. We want to do it with a community of people. And the third one, and very important, and that's maybe why we're here today, we do not want to do it alone. We want to do it with partners. Proximus made us a very good proposal for the project, and we wanted to work with Proximus on this project. And a premiere for next year, we also want to launch an accelerator program where we want to kickstart innovative ideas within the company and bring them to the next level. So over to the project. The project we are going to talk about today is passenger counting. And as a wise man said once, you have to start with the why. So why do we need data? First of all, and let me give you a little secret, only 22% of our sales today is digital. And digital, I mean through the application, the mobile application, or the website. A lot of sales today at SNCB is anonymous. We do not know our customer well enough. So data can help us to get better information, to improve the customer experience, and to communicate on a more personalized way to our customers. Of course, it can also help a lot different stakeholders by giving more information about the customers. We can manage our business better. We can have a better transport plan. We can work on predictive maintenance. We can have a better revenue management. So the data is very crucial. Now, how are we going to do that? We've talked about the why. How are we going to do that? Well, we need digital. We need digital data. Why digital? Because today we work a lot on a manual basis. A lot of countings, both in the stations and in the trains, are done on a manual basis. And I think that digital information and the technology that exists today can bring a lot of added value, more added value than we have today, because we want to know more about the customer. We do not only want to know how many people are on the station, but we also want to know the flow. How are they moving throughout the station? And maybe also in the train, who is on the train? Not only how many people are on the train, but who is on the train, which origin, which destination, and where do they come from? And we believe very strongly that digital information, that technology that exists today, can help us achieve these very important goals for us today. As you know, SNCB is quite a complex company. We have many stakeholders. That means that the information we need will serve many different purposes. We have the people from stations who want to know how many people are coming into stations, how many people are visiting the shops, and which kind of flow are they using to get to the tracks or to get in and out the station. We have Publifair, the advertising company, who do not only want to know how many people are in the station, but how many people have seen the advertisement in the station. Of course, we have marketing and sales, who wants to know who's in the train, which kind of subscription do they have, and so on and so on. And you have the management, strategy department, transport department, who really want to know trends, who want to know how is the situation evolving. Certainly in the terms of crisis we have today, these kind of data have been proven very, very valuable for our company. So what did we do? Let me guide you to a few project highlights that we have achieved the last few months and the last year together with the partner Proximus and their partners. So first of all, we wanted to count in stations. We wanted to count in 2 stations, and this is a proof of concept. We want to test a few technologies, and we certainly want to test if the technology can bring what we are expecting it should do. So first of all, we tested in 2 stations. We also wanted to count in trains, so in a train itself. And a third one, we also wanted to count on what we call a relation, so between Brussels and Antwerp, between Liège and Charleroi, on different trajectories. We wanted to know how many people are getting on the train and how many people are getting off the train. And I would say, last but not least, we want to have this data available by preference on a daily basis or even in real time, and we want to have it visualized in a clear dashboard that is available for the different stakeholders. So let me guide you a little bit through the project. So as I said, we have tested it in 2 stations. You can see the beautiful station of Schaarbeek, and then the more complex station, one of the biggest stations in Belgium, with an average of 150,000 visits pre-corona per day, the station of Brussels South. Those 2 stations were fully equipped with different technology. We used more than 4 different kind of technologies. Thanks to the cooperation with Proximus and B-Mobile, we were able to test and starting from the use case, decide for which technology we wanted to go. And we used 4 technologies. First of all, we used smart sensors or cameras and IoT devices, and those were mainly used to have very precise information on a very specific location. We had also had Wi-Fi, the third technology, which is more convenient for high-level figures on how many visitors we have in different zones. And we also used the Proximus mobile data, mobile analytics, information from the network, more for the profiling of the customers. We had more than 140 devices installed in Brussels South and Schaarbeek, and we had very good results with them. More than 90% accuracy. We did live testing, we did live countings to see on different spots what was the accuracy, and we were very happy with the results, more than 90% accuracy. And we had a dashboard for the last year, we had a dashboard available 24/7, and again, certainly in this period of crisis, this information has been proven very, very valuable. And let me guide you to some visuals of the dashboard we are using. The first one you can see here is based on mobile data. It's where we can see where the visitors are coming from. This was information we did not have before. So you can see here that maybe a quarter of the visitors of Brussels South is coming from another country. Brussels South, as you know, is also a hub for TGV, Thalys, and so on. So a lot of visitors coming from outside the country. 50% approximately comes from Flanders and Wallonia, and one quarter of the people also comes from Brussels itself. So very valuable information. And the second slide you will see here is gives you the impact, and you can all guess what happened in March. We had the lockdown, so this information again proved very, very valuable for us, for the management, for top management, to follow up on the crisis and to see what was the evolution of number of visitors, number of travelers in the trains and in the stations. So you can see the impact of the first lockdown, and you can see the impact of the second lockdown end of October, November. So again, very important information. And we saw that traffic in Brussels South dropped down to 10% during the first lockdown, and now up to 20-30% second lockdown. We can also see the flow. So the station was divided in different zones. From one zone to another, we had information how people are traveling throughout the station, where they come into the station, where they go out, and how long they are staying. We can see the dwelling time, so we can see for each location, for each zone, where do they enter, where do they go out, and how long are they staying. Again, very valuable information for the people of stations, for the people managing the concessions, the shops in the stations. Security-wise, very valuable information. So we had some feedback about the different stakeholders. The people of stations were very happy with the information. The people of strategy used the dashboard, I think almost on a daily basis, to manage the crisis we are having today. So again, this was important information for us, important data, which can help us manage our business better, not only on a commercial way, but as I said before, also towards the customer. People knowing, for instance, we have the application of Move Safe, where we also want to give the information back to the customer, to the traveler. We want to inform them how many people are going to be on the next train. We want to inform them how many people are going to be in the station. And in these kind of times we are living today, this kind of information is very important, not only for SNCB itself, but of course for the customers. And also for the transport department. These kind of information can help us manage the transport plan. The planning of the rolling stock can be managed throughout information like that. So how many trains should we put into the program to go to the coast? How many trains should we put to go to Brussels? So it can really help us manage our business better. We have mainly discussed today about the first project, counting and passengers in the stations. As I said before, there's also counting in the trains and counting on relations. These projects are still going on. We have promising results. We are not there yet, like installing material or technology in a train seems to be quite difficult. So that's maybe something to think about. How can we do this better, and how can technology help us to achieve these goals? So I would say this is not the end. This is certainly not the end of the project. It has proven on a very quickly way, it has proven its added value, and it was the first project of the Innovation Lab, and we already had, I think this project helped us to go to the top management and to free up more budget for a project like that. So it showed really value. And I would say next step, let's co-create. Let's work together with you. We are working with your teams on the next level for counting on relations, because we strongly believe that mobile technology or other technologies can certainly help with that. Voilà, I would thank you very much. I would like to thank you very much for listening and have a great day in this ThinkThings environment. Thank you very much.
Proximus. Think possible.